Sample retreat.
Aww.
As you may have heard, you each there has been distributed to be your standard. The sample is back where it belongs. I had hoped that the whole matter could be resolved without troubling anyone. However, as long as the sample is safe, we can all rejoice. For our time in your hand. Now that the sample is back in safe hands, it will be a little bit more difficult for that troublesome woman to get it. In the end of all this, it's unfortunate that Sarah had to go. That guy, he would have had a bright future if only he had shown more faith in Abba Wheat. I forget you Americans, you only left in matter of our hands. We must not disappoint Lord. We shall capture Anthony and take her to the Lord and dispose of the American agent.
That's you.
Follow me.
Who's leaving these notes? Dear diary.
Don't know, actually.
How far we've fallen as a species.
Ritual preparation.
Oh boy.
Thanks to the effort of the we have been able to recapture Ashwin. We shall prepare for the sacred ritual as quickly as possible and make Ashwin an official member of the Wosa Woman Order. While we prepare for the ritual, those of you who feel inclined can attend to our American friend. We should be able to hold off our friend for at least a little while by jamming the gears in the clock tower with something. I think if we jam the gears in 3 places, it should give us enough time to prepare everything for the ritual. I will leave this note in the clock tower in case you just wanted to, read it again, or if the American shows up. Now go and entertain our American tourists.
Oh my god, they're gonna entertain you.
Ooh, wow. Luis's memo 2.
The first guy getting buried, the last block is deep underground below the castle to hide the very existence. But when Salazar released the last block, a knowing came down, we were back to life. Because when Salazar found them, we were all just fossilized remains. Everyone knew that the parasitic organisms could not survive without hosts, that they couldn't sustain life on their own. But when Salazar and his men excavated the remains, it almost appeared as if the lost blockers were just waiting to be discovered so that they could resurrect. Several years later, unexplainable conversions started occurring among the villagers who helped with the excavation of Lost Plagas. Then one day, all of a sudden, these villagers turned into violent savages. They later found out that it was caused by the Lost Plagas. Although they appeared fossilized, they were able to survive the long years by lying in a dormant state at the cellular level, remaining in a spore-like form. Apparently, during excavation, the villagers inhaled the spores, and within their bodies, parasites became active again. This is how the Lost Plagas were resurrected. He's already the excavation of Lost Plagas continues. God only knows how many of these Lost Plagas, and I can mention the countless number of Ganados that have been created there. Their inhumane activity must be put to an end. They are not stopped. People around the world could turn into victims of the crazy cult.
They got shot in posture check.
I'm up.
Hey, letter from Ada. Once a young egg hatch isn't nearly impossible to remove from the body, but if it's before it hatches, then it can be neutralized by medication. If it does hatch, it might be able to get it out by surgery before it turns into an adult, but it won't be easy. There's a high chance you won't survive the operation. As far as I know, the girl was injected with the egg before you. Her time is ticking. You should prepare yourself for the worst case scenario.
What?
You mean you don't like brute forcing puzzles? Nah. I mean, it was entertaining because it was just me sitting there and trying the same things over and over. I should be reading these. Yes, memo. Hey.
Oh.
Hey, creature. Nudge the elegant got day, and then you'll meet the doors are merely byproducts of the Bible. Here, human experiment conducted on a specimen of orange human. But there's one type of creature that clearly distinguishes. These creatures are called regenerators with a T in this one. Regenerators. I mean, superior intelligence regenerate lost body parts at incredible speeds. I've never seen anything like it. And this characteristic that makes them almost invincible to conventional weapons, but like any living creature, there's always a way to kill it. Apparently, there are plagas living inside of bodies, like leeches. They can't be seen with the naked eye. They can only be located through thermal imaging. To stop its regeneration, the leech-like plagas must be located and then destroyed. As far as I know, most of the regenerators host a number of these leech-like plagas. To kill the regenerators, each one of these leech-like plagas must be killed.
Your reading voice is unlike any other.
I know.
And it should get the most attention.
Yeah, well, it does now.
Our plan.
Oh boy. Oh,
because of the agent, we lost Chief Mendez and Rommel. Nevertheless, everything will. I mean, to me, however, the loss of my little bit is a bit disheartening, but I'll deal with it. Replacing that also our community, I must use widely when your black reflects the conscience of the host. If chosen poorly, they could betray me. I need men who will swear their allegiance to me. I've learned my lesson when Zara betrayed me. I will not make the same mistake again. In support now, I cannot and will not have anyone stand in my way. Unit Memo 4. I report my findings about the Plagas here. The Plagas have three distinct characteristics. 1. As mentioned previously, Plagas have the ability to manipulate the behavior patterns of the host. 2.
Huh?
Plagas are social organisms. By this I mean,
Oh.
instead of living individually, they live in perfect social harmony. It's believed that
Aw.
they have a collective intelligence. This
Oh.
type of behavior can be seen among insects such as bees and ants. However, this sort of social behavior is rarely seen among parasitic organisms. Perhaps you will learn the behavior by the Plagas. I'm finding out if there's any relationship with the first characteristic. 3. The Plagas have exceptional adaptation skills. They're able to live off many kinds of organisms by creating a symbiotic environment quickly. This ability, when combined with their social behaviors, allows them to interact intelligently between hosts regarding the I'm ashamed to admit that my pure fascination with the Plagas in hindsight had blinded me to the true research objectives of Los Illuminados. Even with the knowledge that Saturday was going to abuse the results of these experiments, I could not pull my own away from reason. As a result, I am just responsible for this whole mess as he is. I see now that was wrong. But can I stop the evil plans alone?
Did you hear all of that, Pummels? That was pretty crazy nuts.
Trousers? No. It turns out the old man Tyler wasn't buying me from the start. Even though I
Aw.
succeeded in kidnapping Ashley, I sort of sensed this when Sadler didn't completely let me in. Under the circumstances, I had no other alternative but to call for her assistance. Perhaps she knew this was the way it was going to turn out all along. My guess is that her ultimate goal might be different from yours and mine. This is just the perfect opportunity to find out. And after I get rid of Leon and retrieve the sample, I'll put her in a body bag along with Leon and send her to Boat to Wesker.
They're talking about Ada.
Oh,
I figured it out.
That's crazy.
From now on, you get 1% volume upon text being on the screen.
Understandable.
Thank you.
You don't like email guy's voice?
I love Email
What are
Guy.
you buying?
He's a fantastic narrator.
Stan, lower your volume.
From the initial stages of the research, we have been searching for a safe and practical remover by the Plaga. Ironically, it turns out that the real objective of those research was not to find a way to remove the Plagas from the infected persons, but to find a way so that the Plaga could not be removed from the body area. In the end, we were able to find out that the Plaga could be removed only by exposing them to a special radiation. The only drawback with this method is that it's a very painful procedure. Since the Plaga attaches itself to the nerves, there is a possibility that it may impair the consciousness of the host. Another fact that must be mentioned is that once the Plaga grows into an adult, the removal procedure could kill the host. But perhaps death isn't so bad when you think about the alternative. Million! The real power in the United States lies in 3 areas: the justice, the administrative, and the military departments. In order to take control of these areas, we must influence the mind of the people who advise the president. After this is done, the rest of the departments will quickly fall under our sway. If by chance the United States were to figure out our plan, the damage caused should be minimal. We will still be able to conquer the country as planned using our backup plan. Once we control the country, we will use their international influence to our advantage. The rest of the world will follow suit. As already stated, if our first plan doesn't go as smoothly as expected, we'll proceed with our secondary plan by sending in our special forces. We will infiltrate the country from within, and fear and chaos will spread throughout the nation like a virus. It'll only be a matter of time before the country loses stability. At that time, when they're most vulnerable, we will strike. Rejoice, my brethren! The world shall soon be cleansed!
Ooh, that last line said in Email Guy's voice. Rejoice, my
Rejoice,
brethren!
my brethren!